Tony D and Little Joan somewhere in the background, and this is a screenwriter's rant on In the Lost Lands by George R. Martin. Who is that, you might say? I've heard that name. He's the Game of Thrones dude, and it's got Dave Batista in it. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books. Links in the description. Comedy Horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys. Books 1 through 16, available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. And don't forget, I finish my books. Just saying. So, Milla Jovovich is in it. And it's from the director of Resident Evil. So this is sort of a return to form for her, being in a post-apocalyptic thing. It's post-apocalyptic Game of Thrones. And there's zombies in it, and I think magic. It's a little bit like Thundar the Barbarian, if you ever remember that. I like that show. That was my favorite obscure Hanna-Barbera cartoon. So I would totally be down for this. Dave Batista's kind of like, meh. I could sort of tolerate him. I loved him as Dax, but I kind of hate him in everything else. But yeah, he might be okay in this. And it might be good because it seems to me when producers and directors follow George's books, things are pretty good. And it's a movie, so I assume it has an ending. Unlike Game of Thrones. So, yeah. From the trailer, it's kind of like it's got zombies in it. I guess from radiation. And crusaders trying to rebuild things. Might be a slam against Christianity, I don't know. Dave Bautista's kind of a cowboy. Looks like he got his face all messed up. Yeah, it looks like I'm thinking this is a symbolic scene here. This winter, only in theaters. I think I would see this. Yeah, I think I would see this. Not really sure who the good guys are, but, if it's 2 hours or less, I'm in. If it's over 2 hours, it does have zombies in it, and it does have Milla fighting them in it. I like Milla. I like Milla a lot. I wish he had been in more movies. I wish he had been in better zombie movies. So maybe this is a good one. First act, it's a typical stranger rolls into town, and George is starting with the old, do you want to hear a story? So he's telling us the story, and then he's a mercenary. He only does stuff for money, but he's got a heart. And Milla hires him, and then a bunch of crusaders show up and try to kill her. And Bautista's like, no, she hired me. So he has a code. And then they're off on some epic adventure to find some magical MacGuffin that gives her power, and these are her people that she's fighting for. She's in the resistance. And then there's a train, and it's all kinds of crazy scenes on. Here's a crazy scene on it's like a sky bus, it's like a school bus that they've rigged to go across this expanse. Yeah, I think I could be down with it. I would like it to be a little brighter, a little more colorful, but I get it. They're doing the whole post-apocalyptic dreary thing. Milla, still looking good. She's got tons of tattoos in this for some reason. So, yeah, I'd be down for this. Why not? At the end, I don't know, it's Game of Thrones, guys. Everybody could die. But movies are different. He can't just keep recycling or cycling characters through. He's got to have a climax here. There were some in the good seasons of Game of Thrones, so I'd be willing to give it a chance. I mean, at least we would have an explanation for why George isn't writing the other books. And he wrote this. Let's read the write-up. Official in the Lost Land movie. Okay. A queen, desperate to obtain the gift of shape-shifting, makes a daring play. She hires the sorceress Grey Alice, a woman as feared as she is powerful. I think that's Milla. Sent to the ghostly wilderness of the Lost Lands. Alice and her guide, the drifter Boyce, that's Batista, must outwit and outfight man and demon in a fable that explores the nature of good and evil, debt and fulfillment, love and loss. All right, so maybe they got a love thing going here? But it definitely feels a lot like Thundar the Barbarian in its sort of tone, because it's got that mixture of magic, science, and super sorcery, or super science and sorcery, and not so much the science part. No sun sword in this. It's got a little bit of the elements of Dark Tower too, because Dave Batista is a cowboy. Yeah, I would check it out. I'd give it a shot. Again, Dave Batista, he looks better than he acts. I mean, he looks parts. He doesn't. His acting is like, Only a James Gunn, man, really brought it out in him, and the rest of the movies, just like, dude, say something cool. But Milla, I like Milla. I think she's fun. She was great in The Fifth Element. So, and to me, she's the only thing tolerable in the Resident Evil movies. I kind of hate the Resident Evil movies except for Milla. And I know she's the star, but I kind of can't watch them. But I kind of watch clips of it. Like, oh, there's Milla. Oh, she's fighting. The rest of this movie. But, yeah. So this winter, In the Lost Land, could be good. I don't know. Anyhow, that's it for me, Tony D, and Little Joan somewhere behind me. Thanks for tuning in today. I'll be back with more videos. Check us out on the green site, the orange site, and the black site for more videos. I will be at the Mullica Hill Library at 7 tomorrow night to do a talk on how to get published in South Jersey. Won't be doing my normal Jersey Devil talk, but I'll bring the Pineys, and I'm sure I'll get into it towards the end. So come on by. It'll be an interesting evening. We'll see you in the next one.